Hello, my name is Deborah Wagner. I'm on the faculty at the Work Incentive Support Center in the Yang Tan Institute at Cornell University. I want to talk to you today about work incentive planning. I've had the pleasure of spending 26 years as a work incentive planner, and I love the work. I get to help people with disabilities understand how they can use their benefits to go to work, how they can use tools called work incentives to maximize their financial outcome and keep things that they need, like health coverage. It's very important, though, before you enter the field, that you understand what all is involved. I want to start by talking with you about some of the core skills that you will need to be a work incentive planner. The first thing you're going to need is good interpersonal communication skills. You're going to be meeting with clients, you're going to be talking with people at different agencies, and you need to build trust relationships with these people. You also need to be good at gathering information and analyzing it. You're going to verify all of the benefits they receive, whether it's from Social Security or the VA or Medicaid or Medicare. You're going to gather the information, analyze it, and then write a report explaining exactly how that person's work will impact each of their benefits. And it's individually tailored to that person. You also need to be able to present that information to them in a way that's clear and concise. So both in the technical writing of the report you'll prepare and when you go over that report with them in person, you need to be able to explain complex concepts in easy, plain, simple language. You also need to have good organization and time management skills. There are a lot of moving pieces to this job, and you're going to be working with a lot of different consumers. So you need to be able to stay on top of all of those cases and know what's happening with each of your cases. Finally, you may be asked to do advocacy. If you have a case where an agency is not applying a work incentive correctly, you may need to go to that agency and ask them to do the right thing, show them the rules, and explain why it's important to do the thing that you're asking them to do. It's also important to meet ethical obligations as a work incentive planner. You're gathering all of this person's personal and confidential information, and you have to protect that information. You're not going to be able to build trust relationships unless you can protect the information. You also need to maintain your competence, because even though you take a course on how to become a work incentive planner, the numbers change every year, and the rules for the different programs change periodically. So you need to be able to stay on top of that. Cornell will help you by sending you updates with that information, but you need to read the information, understand it, and incorporate it into the work that you're doing. Finally, I'd like to recommend that you share this video with your supervisor. I want them to understand what's involved in being a work incentive planner and what's involved in the course to become a work incentive planner. At Cornell, our course requires that you attend all of the classes. We're an academic institution, so you have to attend the classes. After the classes are over, you take an examination and you have to have a passing score. And then we ask you to do a practicum, where you take a real live client and you do the full process of work incentive planning for them and submit the case file with all of the documents that are required. It's a big job, but it's a rewarding job. And I hope that you seriously consider becoming a work incentive planner. Thank you.